Well, it's all going to shit.
Okay, taking it from Jinx's perspective now.
Wannabe street thugs squabbling over scraps.
Ah.
Shoved off.
She's kind of talking to Silco.
Except this time, you aren't here to put it all back together.
Yeah, she's lost 2 father figures now, but no, there's no one else to fill the role.
Could someone put all those holes in you?
You were the one to do it. It's that powder talking, not Jinx.
Before I broke everything.
Oh, her hair in the underwater. That's such a cool aesthetic.
Now it's so quiet.
It was always the imagery of Silco underwater as well, wasn't it? She's letting him go though? I've seen as well how they have the 2 different models for Jinx. They've got the one that looks more like... It's kind of a more square face that looks more like Powder, and then the more elongated face that looks more like Jinx. That looked a lot more like Powder there. Yeah, and Bessa, she's like holding that flower, almost like holding the world in her hands. And then Jinx, quite obvious there, is representing like a freedom fighter. You see so many people waving flags like that. That symbolism. Oh, there were multiple masks in the background for a flash there with Victor. Oh, bit of a flashback. Oh, as a cool filter, the saturation kicking in. Ah, yeah. They're starting to disappear. Power struggle, they were looking at the chair. Have we seen this guy before? It's like little rodent looking guy. I feel like I have, but I also feel like... Is he new? I don't know. Yeah, they're all fighting for the crown. Fighting for the seat, for the throne. But Jinx isn't, but could still be a big role. Oh, Dirty Little Animals, that was one of the songs in the last series, yeah. Oh, falling right on Jinx? Okay. Oh, yeah, those guys, they're all the same. All numbered. Huh. Like clones or cyborgs? Ha, yeah. They recognize her.
Because you know, in a moment, they could all... Ooh.
Oh, nice. Instead of her finding a new father figure, is she going to become like a mother figure for someone? Yeah, there's kids following. Oh, sounds like an animal. Anything to do with what Singed was doing with those foxes, with the wolves? Foxes, yeah, they were definitely more like wolves.
Topside is the real enemy. Us killing each other is...
Yeah, infighting doesn't help.
That's before all the recent casualties.
Might matter up there, but they don't know the first thing about fighting in the fissures.
Yeah, once they come, they can be prepared.
But I got a different solution. We give them Jinx. That's all they really want.
Yeah, give her up. Use her as a peace treaty.
Help me put a bow on Baby Blue for our friends upstairs. I'll cut you a brand new puncher. Top of the line. All the fixins'.
Oh, he's good with tech. Give her a new arm. Yeah, because originally they were saying we would just bring in what Piltover was saying, we bring in Jinx and that'll be fine. And their initial plan is we give them Jinx and it'll be fine. That initial plan would have worked, but now it won't.
Jeez, lady, you crazy? Talking to dead people.
You know better. You were doing the same.
He dips out. The whole world flips over.
So they see it as him dipping out. Do they not know that Jinx was the one who did it?
The hell we supposed to do now?
Watch it all burn.
You can see how like malnourished, unhealthy she is. You can see the almost the veins around her eyes.
What'd I tell you?
Oh, now they see it as Savika, yeah, in cahoots with her, when it was just a random... It was Jinx showing up. It's unplanned from Savika.
Victor.
Ooh. Is that Sky's voice?
Victor.
Okay, awake here. Oh, that's a really cool effect. Oh, it's even more hex tech now. Almost made of technology, he looks like. But how much better is this body? Does he need his cane anymore? The trowels it's leaving are super cool. I always love the 2D effects over the 3D animation.
What am I?
It's halfway between both. You're alive, yeah, that's the answer. You're alive. It doesn't matter what you are, you're alive.
You must be cold.
Cold?
Oh,
I think so.
can he feel anything?
A charge. A potential.
Yeah, his voice is even more robotic now.
Unpleasant, but cold isn't its name.
It's left a shadow of him there.
It killed Sky, Jace. She had such dreams.
Yeah, at one point I did wonder if she was kind of absorbed into it.
My place was always here, in the lab, with you. We'll make this right, together.
Can he just abandon the council like that now? I don't know.
Our paths diverged long ago. It was affection that held us together.
He's so melancholy, isn't he? Almost emotionless. Is that part of this kind of robotic side now? Oh. Oh, they're taking him to the Firelight Sanctuary, yeah.
There's so many of them.
So many people need Echo's help.
We're gonna have capacity issues soon. And there's the security risk.
We're not turning people away.
But word gets out, becomes a bigger risk, yeah.
Now what's this?
Oh, and Heimerdinger, yeah, of course. They met in the last season. Oh, it's not becoming like infected, is it, the tree?
There is a means of preservation. By golly, we'll find it.
Yeah, they've got one of the best minds in the world here, so. Sneaking in, okay. I love his little rolls, completely unnecessary. He's really getting into it. Yeah, he's gonna start doing random hand signals that Echo doesn't even know. Oh, there's Jace. He'll be happy to see him, actually.
Apologize for the intrusion. We were attempting to sneak in. Oh, pish-posh, like you've never done it.
Yeah, he's got no place to judge.
It matches the corruption we saw on the plants we tested with the Hex Core, but where did you say you found this?
Deep in the underground.
Yeah, how is that infecting the tree? How's it getting there?
Right. When I said home, I was, of course, referring to his cognitive center, which is certainly not a physical location.
I'm so bad.
Oh, no.
Where's Victor?
Yeah, it's like ghost of Victor there. This shadow of him that's left. Oh, from season 1, yeah. Him with the shimmer infection. Look at how they're all kind of looking for people to worship. He's definitely gained some powers. I'm gonna try and mug him. Oh, Clagger's goggles there. Was she using them? Oh yeah. It's like the cloud moving itself. Almost a sentient cloud. Oh, it's them coming in, the special task force. She see that it's Vi. Was that just an aesthetic choice to have the cloud shown like that? We're seeing it from Jinx's perspective. Oh, she's got her, like, present there, up there. I thought they might find it. Oh, it's a cool effect on their goggles. It looks like gems or something. Or like a kaleidoscope. Gave it away. Oh, she's there. I was kind of expecting to see a little bomb walking its way, not those rats. Still shooting anyway. That's where she saw Jinx. Seeing her as an enforcer now. Yeah, they were going to turn her in, weren't they? Is that still the plan? I don't know. Savika was against it.
Means I can up my finder's fee. There is always a deal to be struck.
Oh, big focus on that rolling around the corner there. Will they find the evidence that she was here?
Never thought I'd catch you blubbering.
Oh, that needle by the eye.
Twice.
And she moves in.
Everyone who gets close to me dies. You're the kind of guy who likes to get in close.
Nice, turn that on him. Oh, it's Savika. I was like, is that Kate? Kate wouldn't defend her though. Oh, it was an arm she was building. Enhanced it for Savika. So Savika doesn't need to take up his offer of the new arm then. Very Jinx style though. Got the smears on the eyes and all the highlights. Oh, it was... I don't know if it's a boy or a girl actually. I was going to say her. They're helping. Oh, nice. Oh, just got the hat. So is it going to be a roulette every time she wants to do something? Oh, that was a bad roll. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, it's so Jinx styled. Ripped his arm off.
Okay, wait. There's a deal to be
The dizziness. Savika's fights always end up being really cool, actually, don't they? Oh. Triple crown. Oh, yeah, they're not even showing us. Too gruesome. Fireworks, wow. Okay.
I didn't ask you for this.
It was something I could fix.
Something she could take control of. He's very similar to these guys, actually, in his cloak. Yeah, that is Sky's voice.
Careful not to scrape up the gear. Won't sell as well.
Yeah. I was thinking, what's he thinking? He was never one to mug, but it was desperation, of course.
So much senseless pain.
Why does Victor feel almost like a Messiah Jesus figure here? It just feels like he's going to put his hand on him and heal him from his shimmer. Oh, his eyes are like glowing. Wow. We saw the people praying before when he all came down. Is he gonna be like a religious figure for Zorn? And he almost looks like the wizard that Jace met as a child as well now too. And of course they're all going to be lining up to be next. Wow, the music, yeah. Oh. They're all bowing down to him. But how well does that all integrate? Because we saw how it was affecting the plant, all of that kind of hex tech. Just even more power struggle for the Undercity. Got religious leaders, political leaders, gang leaders. Singed, okay. Genetic experiments. Ooh. The beating heart of one of them. Now, was it like a two-headed wolf, or was it like a double heart there? Okay, so there's Arcane Season 2, Episode 2. As expected, main focus is on Zorn. This episode, we're getting the other perspective, seeing the shadow of Silco, the power struggle, that kind of montage of all of the different leaders disappearing from the table and everyone's looking to the throne. We had that new character Smeech, who I quite liked actually. It's a shame he's gone so soon. He had a cool design and kind of fun personality, but Smeech looking for the throne. It seems Savika's going to be the one really, and they were actually quite close to, you know, obviously this wasn't communicated between Piltover and Zorn, but they actually could have been quite close to peace, which is going to make everything else so tragic, because they both had the thought of, well, let's just pin it all on Jinx. Zorn was saying, let's give up Jinx, and then Piltover could have accepted her, arrested her, imprisoned her, and that would have been the done deal, and it would have been potentially fine. But of course, Savika says, we don't give up our own people, these are our people. And as well, how much does the world know about everything? Obviously, they know Jinx did the attack, but it was revealed that Jinx was the one who killed Silco to Smeech, so other people don't know about that, you know. Savika, it seems like her impression is that Silco just kind of up and left, which, I don't know, I'm surprised she kind of buys that. Or maybe it's just she's saying it like he's gone, he's left, but maybe she does know that he is actually dead, but doesn't know that it is Jinx who's the one who did it. And it was a cool opening scene, because we always see the imagery of Silco underwater. Even, you know, his initial base was underwater, but we always see him underwater from when Vander tried to drown him, and he's kind of embraced the water since then, and now he's sinking even deeper as Jinx was letting him go. But she's in the same boat now. She's underwater there too. And then, you know, I said she's always relied on a father figure. She lost her initial father, then had Vander as a father figure, lost Vander, and then Silco as a father figure. Will there be someone to fill that role now? I don't think so. She's left on her own, but perhaps she's filling a motherhood figure here for this kid who came along. I don't think we've had a name for them yet, but they're, you know, following Jinx around now, helping out in that fight a little bit. I'm quite worried about that actually, because it's just, you can't trust Jinx to look after a child. There's no environment for a child. It could be quite disastrous, and Jinx builds an emotional connection and then ends up neglecting, or somehow they die, and it's just going to spiral Jinx even more. I don't know if there's any lower Jinx's mental state can go, but, you know, it's just one more tragedy on top of everything. And of course, Jinx's voice acting, Ella Purnell, was great. I didn't realise it was her for the longest time, and then I was quite annoyed actually, because I went to London Comic Con, and I went on a Friday, and Ella Purnell was there. I could have met her, but she was only there on the Saturday and Sunday, not the Friday. That's also where I got this little drawing of Jinx as well. That was really annoying. I was like thinking, oh, that'd be great. We'll get a photo, you know, meet her and say how great she is at Jinx, because she is. But I just went on the complete wrong day. And then we do get a little bit of Piltover here, mainly through Heimerdinger and Echo sneaking in. Something going on with this tree, some sort of shimmer infection here, and I'm wondering if that's no good for the leaf. Is that going to be any good for Victor? Any good for the people that Victor is healing? He's healed that one guy from season 1, I don't know his name, but he was there in season 1 a few times actually. But in the long term, are there going to be negative consequences? Because Heimerdinger was obviously very concerned about this leaf. He's seen it before. The long-term effects of Hextech, Shimmer, and like organic material all merging together, it seems like that's not a good combination. And it was hilarious. Heimerdinger doing his sneaking in, doing a few rolls, and got like some hand movements and code words that don't mean a thing to Echo at all. And of course then with Victor finally emerging out of his like cocoon, I am worried just in the symbolism of him coming out, and it's left this like shadow dark figure behind, and like he's come out, and as we see, he's almost this religious Jesus-like figure. There isn't like a shadow version of him that's also going to come out there, and there be like this darkness that was left behind, or him have like a split personality and there is this darkness somewhere. Because when he came out, it was almost very melancholy, almost no personality in a way, almost like a kind of he's been shed of his impurities, but that's also included his emotions, you know. It's him becoming one with this hex core. Of course, you know, technology is often attributed to being mechanical, emotionless, purely logical, not emotional, you know. Is that going to reflect on him now that he is like, most of his body is, yeah, like mechanical hex core? What's going to be going on with him? Yeah. And yeah, it was funny because he started walking through the lanes, and I saw some people like praying, and I was like, oh, are they looking, is that an image of Jinx? No, it's just like they're just praying to this thing. They're looking for hope, you know. When everything's so hopeless, they cling to anything they get, and it looks like they're going to start clinging to Victor, which is really not where I was expecting like his arc to go, you know. I was expecting, you know, the continuation of him experimenting on his body, maybe, you know, the half human, half robot, what side takes over, that kind of thing, which we probably still will get. But seeing him as this like messiah figure for the Undercity, I wasn't expecting that at all. And it is interesting having Echo here with Jace, because Jace has been exposed to the Undercity a bit, you know, working with Vi, but again, it's a new character from the Undercity he can meet and get close to, perhaps understand their struggles again. And like, to be honest, after seeing all of this power struggle for Silco's throne, and then seeing Echo's like sanctuary, I'm like, actually it's Echo who should be the leader of Zorn. Echo would probably be the best fit there, but you know, he's building his own kind of separate community, isn't he? And there might start to be conflict in like who he accepts into his community, because he's saying we're not turning anyone away. But if Jinx walked through that door or Savika walked through that door, would he turn them away? How do you foster a community like that while accepting everyone? There's a bit of conflict there. If people try and come along with ulterior motives, how does that work? There's like kind of a immigration allegory there with him accepting everyone. You know, he's accepting almost like refugees, political refugees. But of course, we're already seeing they're saying like, oh, it's becoming too much. We've got too many people already. And what happens when people try and take advantage of your kindness? I wonder how the show is going to kind of tackle that, if they even get into that at all. You know, there's so many great allegories and reflections of the real world in this show, and they have handled them really well so far. And then we're getting quite an alliance with Savika and Jinx here, you know. Jinx building that new arm for her, of course, is in that classic Jinx style. It reminds me a bit of Full Metal Alchemist, where they say to Ed, like, whenever he makes something, he's got no good taste. It's not particularly an arm that fits Savika, is it? It's definitely a Jinx style arm with the kind of roulette wheel. It's a cool mechanic, and the fireworks when she wins, and it was like blasting music. No subtlety, no stealth to it at all. And, you know, Savika, she was never particularly one of like the standouts, one of my favorites of the show. But I feel like as it's progressed, anytime she has a fight scene, it's always a really cool fight scene. And she's like growing and growing in my kind of ranking of characters, you know? And that is one thing I was kind of hoping for in this season, is some of the fight scenes to maybe be extended a bit longer, because there are a few times where we get like a really great fight scene in the first season, but it's quite quick, and that is good, you know, fast, snappy. But I did want maybe some of them to be just a tad longer. You know, we had that great one in episode 8 that was like perfect, and then like the Echo and Jinx fight in episode 7 of season 1. Phenomenal fight. I just wish it went on even longer. Of course, you know, something so great like that, you want even more of it. And then, you know, we had this Savika fight here. It felt like perfect, you know, in terms of length, didn't outstay its welcome, kept the pacing of the fight, kept you on your toes, introducing the new mechanics with her arms, seeing all the differences, you know. That was a really good fight. And I think some of that is, you know, from me being an anime watcher, how great some of the Sakuga in fights like that are. And obviously this isn't like a battle shonen, but there are some great fights in here, and the fights aren't the main focus, but I want the fights to reach like those levels of these really great fights you get in some anime, you know, because fighting isn't always just the spectacle of the fight itself. The fight can be storytelling in itself, the way characters react, the way they move, things revealed in the fight, you know. There's always character insight that you get from them, just like with the Echo and Jinx fight and some of the other fights. When Jace kills the kid in episode 8, and we see all the consequences of that in the last episode, you know, that whole fight there was almost about not letting yourself being too entrenched in the fights, which may be a bit hypocritical, me now saying like, oh, I would love some of the fights to be a bit longer for even greater fights, you know. But there you go. So I think that's everything. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and if you really loved it, be sure to subscribe so you can keep up to date on all future episodes. So yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you guys later.